Hello guys, this is Terraria Expert and Sam. Welcome back to another Terraria Terrific World video everyone. Welcome back. It's Terraria. Yeah, talking about Survival Island, I was just about to say, yeah, welcome back to Survival Island. Yeah, that'll be out maybe, I know I'm live streaming this right now and I'm bloody shouting, but yeah, that video might be out, get this, at maybe 1 this morning. Basically it was meant to come out this afternoon at around, I don't know, 4 or 5, but no, it was delayed because yeah, I forgot. I don't know how. As a YouTuber who's been doing this for about 6 years, I don't know how, but I forgot to add some voiceover, and I was literally just about to export it. I was like, oh crap, I forgot to add some voiceover. Yeah, basically I've kind of changed the storyline. Basically I was about to do Survival Island on maybe Sunday or Saturday night. No, maybe, I think it was, yeah, Sunday night I was meant to do Survival Island, but I didn't because, I kind of wanted to change the storyline because I realised, let's just say with what I'm doing right now in the series, yeah, I made a community post last night, yeah, just saying, telling you guys what's happening, yeah, basically, yeah, I realised Halloween is closer than I thought, and for me to do what I'm gonna do in Survival, because Survival Island's kind of like a weekly thing. Yeah, I've kind of decided, yeah, I'm gonna do this editing stuff quicker than I anticipated. So yeah, it's gonna be coming out tonight. Just this Survival Island video. It's got a bit of crazy editing in it, not too crazy, but yeah, kind of let's just say a little trip on a plane and go into my community world and stuff like that. But hopefully the community world stuff will be in the next video. But let's get into reality. Yeah, that'll be maybe later on tonight. If it's not out, it'll be out at about 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. I know that's kind of crazy, but I'm just thinking about, times, for me to go to bed and stuff like that. Because if I'm up at 1 and I've got to be up at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, you know what I mean? We're going to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to get 6 hours sleep, and that is really okay. But not weekend standards. Anyway, yeah, I've got a bit of news to tell you. Yeah, people have joined. I thought that said 60 then. Sorry, 30. Sorry, I'm reading all wrong. What was I going to say? I've forgotten. Yeah, I was about to do Q&A Wednesday, but I didn't because of this Survival Island video. No, sorry about the lack of gaming videos at the moment. I'm going to go to the airport on Sunday for my weekend little doolally, whatever you want to call it. I mean, Anne watched it and she said I should stop saying Jesus Christ, so yeah, I'm not going to say that anymore. Just out of courtesy for me, Nan. What else am I going to say? Yeah, this morning there was 2 British Airways, the last, I'm sure you've heard, and yeah, I watched it live on Big Jet TV, but I watched it live, let's just say 2 hours later, so I didn't watch it live, but I watched it as if it was live, if you know what I mean. I just sat on the bench at school and just watched it because I was well aware of what was going on. As I was getting dressed, it was bloody taking off, and if I knew that, I'd be like, oh, they're probably going to take off from 2 runways. They're both, like, what was it? They're about to take off from 27 right, and 09. Is it 09 left? About to take off from 09 left. I think they were. But they chose, yeah, to kind of take off both from 09 right, sorry, yeah, 09 right, oh no, it isn't 09 left, sorry, yeah, it is, yeah, oh my god, I don't even know, I think it is 09 right, I should know, because we've got a whole Heathrow thing, and, yeah, have I? I've deleted it. I had a Heathrow map on my computer and I've deleted it. As if I've got bloody Manchester. As if I don't really ever go to Manchester, do I, guys? But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, I watched that. Obviously I couldn't be there because I don't live in London. Oh, it's stupid that, isn't it? But yeah, hope you all enjoyed it, or I don't know, watched it or whatever. I was about to make a community post saying, oh yeah, go and watch the last, but I just thought, no, it's none of my business, is it? You know what I mean? I'm not going to go and tell you guys to watch some silly planes taking off and all that. But no, I did get quite emotional. I didn't cry, but I just thought, oh, isn't it sad? One went to Kemble, and then one went to Wales. I'm not too sure. But yeah, definitely for the scrapping. So you'll see that on the aviation tag things soon, I'm pretty sure. I think they disassemble the tail. But what they did have, I actually, new little hobby, collecting aircraft skins. I haven't collected any aircraft skins yet, but apparently an SR-71 skin is going to be coming in soon. So I'm getting quite excited. I want a piece of a Blackbird on my, anything, on my bag, on my windowsill, on my, I don't know, on my desk, yeah, a piece of the Blackbird. Oh, that would be amazing. Squid Gaming said, Squid Gaming, so Smart24 says I've collected some. Oh yeah, the name tag. Yeah, what we do, they scrap aircrafts and do like a little, like, what do you call it? Like a semicircle cutout of the aircraft. And yeah, they give it to people for about £40. I mean, it's well worth it. But the only thing I don't really like about it is they put a bunch of the I would just want the skin of the aircraft, not all the you know, like the art on it saying what it is, and 747 TWA. I don't want that. I know what it is. I just want like the aluminium skin, you know what I mean, of the aircraft. I don't want all this arty farty stuff on it. But no, in this Terraria video, yeah, I've kind of came to the conclusion I don't really need emeralds. That was just me being arty farty. Yeah, I don't really need green torches, but yeah, I'm open to I don't know, some people said in the last video maybe we should build further down. Now my house is going to end up looking like a, I don't know, like a hotel that's been, you know what I mean, that's gone in on itself. It does look. Shouldn't it be further up? Yeah, I don't want it to go too further up because as you can see, we're pretty close to the, yeah, and yeah, if you've ever played Terraria before, further you build up, you get those sky ravens and all that, and those harpies. So yeah, I'm not going to build any further up than I have to. I'm just going to build further down because I don't really want to be, you know, going. It's just like a quality of the game kind of issue. Like when you're outside, the things should spawn, the arch ravens, whatever they're called. Not when you're, you know what I mean, in your house. Because yeah, but as you can see, we're kind of built on an upskirt, as you can see here. Look how high this is. Look how high this piece of land is. You can always tell. I mean, look at that. Look how high it is. It's at least 100 blocks above anywhere else. So I don't really want to build further up. That's why I haven't built. Oh my! I've told you that 4 years later. Yeah, guys. Look at that. Look how high it is. Exactly. And there's the sky. There's the limit. So I'm not going to build any higher than here because we'll get those arch ravens. But no, I want my world to look nice as well. I don't want it to look really horrible. So yeah, but further, I'm going to build further down. That's my plan. Because at the moment, I'm struggling to fight Duke Fishron. I haven't fought him in a year, to be honest. But yeah, I want to give him a go. Because I gave the what's it called, the lunar event a go. And once I take down this pillar, yeah, I don't know, crap's gonna kick off. It's been like that for a year, since January. But no, I definitely want to give Duke Fishron a go, but I just need better gear. I have got solar stuff. Well, not, have I? No, I haven't. I haven't even made a thing. Oh no, I have. A solar. I've forgotten what they're called. You know. I need to look it up. Hang on. A solar polar. What? A solar manipulator. I can't even bloody speak. I don't even know Terraria anymore. Yeah, and I can make a bunch of this bone campfire. Yeah, I don't think I've got any soul stuff on me. I think I put it all in the bin. Because you do, don't you? They put it in. Oh, I must have put it in one of these chests. Where are my souls? Probably put them somewhere stupid, haven't I? Like in the piggy bank, because that's what I do. So no one else can get to them, even though it's a single player world. Always smart. No, No, I don't know where I put them. Either that I used them all. Yeah. Any new models? No. I haven't really worked on any. Here we go. One of their souls. These are the things I need to be looking at. Nebula. And yeah. I put them right at the bottom. Yeah. Funny man. A funny man. I am a funny man. What was I going to say as well? I've forgotten. Today at school, I went to school. Oh yeah, I didn't go to school on Wednesday. You don't need to know, do you? Because of a survival line video, I was shattered. I was up at 5 in the morning. I was like, no way I'm doing this. With the school run. What do you think? I'm a bloody active parent? I'm not doing a school run. No, I go to school. A school run's a completely different thing. Oh god. Yeah, I was working with Richard today. I was printing out 25 copies of some paper. And because I'm working in the art department every Tuesday, I've been given the challenge to get all of these massive crates with strange forms, nature, animals, natural forms, you know what I mean, and organise them, because the strange forms are in the portrait and the animals was in nature, and I've cleared it all out. But some of the signs were missing on some of the the crates for where they're meant to go. So today I printed some out, and they're amazing that. And apparently I can just use my lanyard pass to use the printer, which I never knew about. So I can print off anything. Yeah. Well, like I can print off nothing. Yeah. Jesus. But they run out of paper, so yeah, it's kind of because it's actively being used. Why would I want to print out something anyway? What would I want to print out? Exactly. Yeah, timetable at the airport. Yeah, funny. It's funny because teachers, I say teachers, 2 teachers that kind of know me. Yeah, I plane spot with my ATC, literally in the middle of a school playground. But it's even worse than that. During, playtime, if you will, at school. So people are constantly asking me, "What's that thing?" And people are like, "Oh, is that a walkie-talkie?" You know, my ATC. I've told you all this, and I'm like, "No, it's not an ATC. It's it's like a transponder." And they're like, "What's that?" And I said, I can listen to the aircrafts. I'm listening to Liverpool Tower. 1, 2, 3 decimal. Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, is that your job?" And I'm like, "No. It's just a hobby," and then they leave. So I'm getting some attention from it, but not deliberately, just because I've got nothing else to listen to. It kind of gives me a bit of company. So that one air traffic controller, Regaming says it's technically illegal. Yeah, I know it is technically illegal to listen to aircraft frequencies, but if it was so illegal, they wouldn't sell them, if you know what I mean. I bet in a couple of years there'll be a massive thing about that, like, oh, people who have been legally listening to air traffic controllers secret, for 20 years with breaking the law, and they won't sell those radios anymore. But it's alright, there's a website all dedicated to that, so yeah, you can just tune in, and but it's ran through servers, and people are listening as well. So if you say, "Oh, can I change Heathrow 118.3 to 121.85, so 55, people are like, "Yeah, sure," but don't mess around with the frequencies because people get annoyed. It's just some website, but it's like hosted. So if you say, "I want to listen to Manchester," someone, the director of the, I don't mean the director literally, but the director of the website is saying, "Oh, only accepting, I don't know, ground at Manchester. What is it? 121? No, what? 122? If you want to change that to arrivals at Manchester, which is 18. Is it 183? Is it 183? Right, Tower at Manchester 118. I don't know. 183. I don't know. I can't remember. 188. I think it is. Might be. I can't even remember. Yeah. People will get annoyed if you change it through the website. So yeah, wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, very interesting. But yeah. yeah, some of the teachers have been saying, no Russians, no one's trying to invade us. I'm just like, no. So they're kind of joining in and saying, what is it you've got and what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just listening. It's not a counter to the school policy, is it? And they're like, no. As long as you don't get any of your aircrafts landing here. And yeah, it's quite funny. So yeah, the teachers in my school are, I mean, yeah, you're obviously going to get recognised if you bloody got a massive bloody, it's not massive, that's the thing, a little walkie-talkie look-alike in the playground. You're just sat on the bench and people are walking past you. You know what I mean? People are curious more than ever these days, so people want to know what you're doing, if you know what I mean. So it's like, yeah, I'm listening to HEC. That's all I say. And yeah, pretty interesting. If I did that in my school, I'd be on that bench all day. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not on it all day because it's freezing, and you know, my school playground, you know, it's kind of like a what do you call it, like an airstream, and there's a bunch of gusts and winds and all that, and it's just like, oh, horrendous. Things are blowing away. It's like Manchester Airport. Every now and again I look behind me and expect to see some EasyJet, you know what I mean? But instead it's just a lawnmower. But no, it is quite funny, quite comical. Yeah, just the response I get and all that. Now, where this has become, I know it's ridiculous in terms of, oh, I only went on a little holiday in 2014 and now I'm totally obsessed by aircraft. That's the thing as well, I'm able to hold it in for about 3 years on this channel, if you know what I mean. I was able to, I don't know, I thought people wouldn't really aspire to me talking about aircrafts like loads in my videos, and you kind of saw that around 2019. I didn't talk about aviation in my videos. I just didn't. I talked about school, games, other things, if you know what I mean. But now it's like, oh, people have accepted me talking about planes. I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, I've obviously been in and out of it, if you know what I mean, like aviation. And whenever I've came back from holiday, I've been totally obsessed with aircrafts and stuff like that. But I've never failed to, you know what I mean, forget my knowledge. Like, let's just say from I'd say 2015 to around 2018, I probably had not done anything, you know, like aviational, or, you know, made any aviation content, or even watched any aviation videos for about 4 years straight. But I still like aviation, if you know what I mean. I still like planes. But since 2018 or 2019, whenever it was last year, I just thought, yeah, I want to do more with this, and have fun with it in a YouTube sense. I don't know if it's because of Big Jet TV, I don't know, but I don't know, I've definitely wanted to not compete but be in the industry. And obviously me last year thinking, oh, it's too late, I'll never be able to set up an aviation channel, I might just continue on my Terraria expert or whatever it was. Yeah, I just thought no, but now it's like, yeah, I've proven myself wrong once again. So yeah, that's why you see my SL aviation channel, yeah, more than ever these days. Like it's always been lurking around. Never, it hasn't, it's just I made it last year, but more in 2018 with the intent to actually create video. But I did that on this channel, if you know what I mean. I deleted all the videos on this channel because I wanted to create aviation videos on this channel. But why I couldn't be on this channel, you know, for the end, you know, best half of, you know, the end of 2018, you know, from, yeah, nearly 3 years ago, sorry, 2 years ago, October 12th to the, was it the 31st of March last year? I don't know why I didn't think, oh, I can still do this channel. But also, you know, if someone wants to create a new channel on YouTube, what do? They create a new channel. What did I do? I deleted other videos on this channel and made it an aviation channel. Who does that? Because I wanted my subscribers to still be with me. And if you look back, it's ridiculous. Like, it honestly is, but I am a weirdo, I tell you. Yeah. Pretty interesting now. Yeah, pretty interesting until you think about other people you upset about 3 years ago. And it's embarrassing because I was getting comments from people saying, honestly, where are you? What have you done to yourself? What the hell have you done to your channel? You know what I mean? 1 minute I was streaming this Terraria video, the next minute all my videos had gone. Honestly, people suspected the worst had happened, like my YouTube channel had, I don't know, been terminated, or someone's hacked me, or my sister's been in my room and she's turned my channel into her channel. You know what I mean? Honestly. People were thinking like someone's got hold of his computer, someone's had him. You know what I mean? Someone's hacked him and because it was just so out of character. But if you think, looking back, so was the Aquarius channel about 3 years ago. Because I wanted to make higher quality gaming videos. Like, I think when you make things or change, you say, oh, sometimes change is strange, but sometimes change is good. Like, yeah, maybe, but I think if you're going to make drastic decisions, you really need to think about not just it benefiting you, but other people, and or more like forfeiting other people, and other ways around satisfying what you want to now create as new videos, but also not, you know, putting down anything else like you know, this channel. You know what I mean? You need to understand that, you know, what you want to create will be a long-term I don't know, enjoyment, instead of just, oh, it's just at a moment I like this. You know what I mean? You need to understand that you know, these things do wear off, and you know what I mean? When you think, oh yeah, I thought my career was going to be long term on YouTube, when I like WWE, now I like football, I'm going to look stupid. You know what I mean? Kind of like that sort of example. Like, try and work out what your future may hold, because, you know, it's kind of important to understand where you're at and where you're going to start from. Because 2 weeks down the line, if you don't like it anymore, you know what I mean? It's kind of like hard to back out. And that was me. I thought, I'm stuck with it now. So, yeah. I just thought I'm going to look stupid returning on YouTube. And I really struggled both times in 2018 and 2019. More last year than ever. That's like the whole, like, of my channel turning back on me. And just, you know what I mean? Like, how much you deleted is how much you're going to get to having to recover, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. It's a bit like now, like, with the whole virus, like, how much is being destroyed in terms of, you know, the economy will be, you know what I mean, a massive problem, and it'll take years to level out to normality, you know, to like 2019 standards, due to how much has been lost and how much has been just delayed and chucked out the window, and, you know. But yeah, it's people drive money, and when you haven't got people, money, you know, money falls behind with them. So that's what's happening at the moment. I'm only saying that because I'm doing business studies. Oh god, I gotta tell you a funny story. Yeah, I was working with Richard today, and he was saying, you know, like Sam and all that, and never spent that long with him, to be honest. Yeah, you know, a little art technician. He said, I'm not a teacher, I'm a technician. But when he's outside bossing all these kids, it's funny. Yeah, he's just a yeah, an art technician in my school, but he kind of had a lot for me to do. Yeah, last year when I was returning back in school in July last year. So I kind of have a lot of respect for him, but I don't think he understands how much I know, like, look up to him, because he was kind of like the first person new teacher, new kind of member of staff, but one that had things, was constantly occupying me when I was getting back into the swing of school back in July 2019. You know what I mean? So he had quite a bit of an effect on me in terms of confidence in you know, getting back into the art department and working with students. Yeah, so yeah, I have a lot of time for him. I think me and him got on quite well. Well, not too well because no. But anyway, yeah, today in business studies, some lad was eating. Some lad was eating what looked like yeah, might as well say it, McDonald's. And my business studies teacher, you know, Mr. McLaughlin, went over and said, "Are you eating a McDonald's in my lesson? Are you seriously eating a McDonald's?" And he said, "Right, finish it, and I will have to speak to you outside." And when he says pound, he says pond, like pond. 1 pound equals 5 chocolate bars. It's funny. And he said, "How did you get a McDonald's?" Because he was just, you know, some lad eating McDonald's. And bear in mind, there's not a McDonald's at least 5 miles away from the school, my school. And he said, "Oh, I went at break time." And he said, how did you get to McDonald's at break time?" He said, "I took the bus." He said, "You took the bus to McDonald's?" He did, he took the bus to this lad. Obviously eating it in lesson because he hadn't had time to come back and eat it, you know what I mean? He was just eating his McDonald's in the middle of lesson, and during break time he took the bus to McDonald's with all his mates, and he was eating it in lesson. Like, honestly, that must have been planned, you know what I mean? That's not something you just think, "Let's go to McDonald's." He must have woke up that morning and thought, "I'm gonna get a McDonald's." He's eating the McDonald's in lesson. Oh god, Jesus, complete nutters, I tell you. But no, that's one way to get around closed canteens. Yeah, it is. Just well, I buy my pizza, but I'm not like eating my pizza in the lesson. I'm eating it in the stream. You know what I mean? So if anything, call me just as bad. But yeah, still eating while doing your work, isn't it? And he was eating the McDonald's halfway through the lesson. Like, it's just like ludicrous. And he took the bus to McDonald's. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, I don't know. And there's all his mates had like a cheeseburger and all that. And it was just like, for God's sake. What, I know I go to a pretty weird school, but this has got to be revolutionary in terms of sixth form flexibility and all that. But no, they're not forward thinking, my school there. We haven't got a very good way on the whole. I wouldn't say the one-way system, because they've done that quite well, but you know, like how it's all like one-way system, but as soon as you're outside the school premises, it's just like a bunch of kids. Yeah. Crowding. I know it's an outdoor space, but still lots of people. I think that needs some attention, because it is just like parents and you know, older generations that are collecting their granddaughters or, you know, grandsons, and there's a bunch of these kids and all that, like hanging around waiting for their mates. It's like I know it's a street and you can't do a one-way system on the street, but yeah, it needs some attention, I think. Oh my god. What was I going to talk about? Yeah, today I was speaking to my head of year, Mr. Johns, and yeah, I just went into the art place. I just said, "Can I go into the art and do a bit of work, because I've completed my my catch up?" And he said, "Sure." I was doing my catch up outside while watching that 747. Just some maths, and yeah, I'll tell you about my day. I mean, yeah, guys, tell me about your day by all means, but I know it's hard to equivalate your whole day in terms of, you know what I mean, typing it out. And all, of course, Twitch is like Twitter with only about, what was it, 90 characters. So yeah, tell me short. Oh god, just gonna drink this Lucozade. So what should we do in this video? I don't know. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, apparently I need to do something called, what's it called, Newcast or something. Yeah, I was speaking to my head of year today just for about 10 minutes, like, oh yeah, do I need to do this Newcast at the end of Thursdays, and he said, not if you're being picked up, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, be interesting. Yeah, our schools are open again, and I'm enjoying it. Yeah, pretty fun. But a lot of people are saying that, oh, the northwest, it's like the most highest rates of infection, even higher than London apparently. And of course I live in the northwest. I'm just getting on with it. I mean, the thing is, you got to take precautions, but you can't let it literally control your life. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have some freedoms. And as much as they say, oh, stay at home, protect the key workers, like, for however long this is going to be going on for, you know what I mean? I'm not letting it control my life, because I let it control my life. Everyone let it control their life. We didn't let it. We had no choice back in, I don't know, March, April. But as soon as May came, I was back out filming, recreation kind of stuff, you know, going to the airport. You know what I mean? So that gave me some freedoms. But I'm not letting it control my life. So in terms of going out and places like that, like, I'm not doing anything stupid. I'm not going out for like a meal, like a restaurant, every Saturday night. You know what I mean? Like some people are. I'm not doing that. And my personal opinion, you know, they're the sort of people that are spreading it. But I hate getting political about it. I'm not for it. But yeah, my suggestion is, if you've got a relative who, you know, is at high risk, yeah, I wouldn't say, you know, just do whatever you want, because that's just stupid. But don't let it completely control your life, as much as they say to. But that's just being precautionate. You know, I'm just not letting it take control of me. But yeah, I am wearing a mask. But I mean, you'd be surprised how many people don't wear a mask. I mean, I think we all know this problem at the moment. But look at this, that's Sonic the Hedgehog. Hey, what's Sonic the Hedgehog? Who's Sonic the Hedgehog? Oh, God knows. Oh, God. What was it? Oh, I forgot that song. Who's gonna rock the place? Oh, Jesus, my 2007 days. Yeah, coming back to haunt me. I used to play that game all the time in 2007 or 2008 while my sister was on her way. Yeah, to the shop. No, being born, and yeah, it just was. It's like, yeah, playing Sonic Adventures, not Sonic Adventures. See, the thing is, I used to be a big Sonic fan back in 2006, 2007. So when I was about 5 and 6, and my dad bought me this game called Sonic and the Secret Rings, and it was about 12, and I was 6 playing it. So I had not a clue what I was doing, but I had some understanding of, you know, the game and all that. And yeah, I just remember going around these like Egyptian palaces and searching for these bloody rings. And then there was Sonic and the Black Knight. Like last year I was making soundtrack OSTs on it. Honestly was. Because, I don't know, I had nothing else to do. I just thought, oh, I don't know. I was just looking at what was getting a bit of attention at the time. Honestly, me last year, tell you what, I don't know what I was thinking. Nearly 2 years ago, whatever. I remember looking, yeah, I know. Like when I think back as well, I know it's, oh, Golden Scroll. When I look back, it's like, I don't want to be too self-aware. And all that, but I don't know, like, what must have you guys thought? Yeah, please tell me as well, because I'd like to know. Wait, when you looked on my channel last year and just saw that, you know what I mean? Like, Sonic Colors OST, Sonic and the Black Knight OST, and you just thought, where are the gaming videos, you know what I mean? Like, what did you... You know, I'm still in absolute, I don't know, dire straits over what you guys must have thought. It's not because, oh, I care so much about what you guys think of me. Like, sure, I care about the videos, but I don't care either way what you think of me. But the videos represent me, so you know what I mean. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Pretty sad, to be honest. Yeah, I know. What do you mean sad as in pathetic, or sad in terms of yeah, he's not coming back, this guy. Yeah, it is just something. Like, I'm gonna make like a follow, like a, you know, not like a catch up, but for people who didn't know what happened, like a, you know, we say kind of like leave the past behind and just focus on your future. That's what I tried to do. I just thought I'm going to continue making gaming videos and forget about the past. Sometimes people say be proud of the past and look forward, but no, that wasn't something to be proud of. But kind of making like another, what do you call it, like a talk time series. Yeah, I would like just to talk about like a year and a half later, sorry, on my thoughts and then I'll probably end up doing it again. No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't change this YouTube return whole thing since March 2019 to, I'd say, September, and then I started knuckling down. You could tell as well. You know, September 2019. Yeah, basically 6 months. Yeah, I wouldn't change that return for the world, because I did quite a lot of beneficial things for you guys, like, you know, continue Fallout, do a bit of Mass Effect, really community open in terms of I'm back, what do you guys want, instead of what I want, what do you guys want in terms of video creations, because you've watched this channel before and I'm back. That's to prove as well, like, I have got an audience. You know what I mean? Because I'd been for that long. Been gone for that long, sorry. So yeah, I'd been a bean for that long, like a bean bag just sitting there. Yeah. Yeah, it goes without saying, got it right first time. Oh god. I remember looking on your channel Christmas Eve and seeing Terraria Expert was back. Oh, did you? Oh yeah, because I set the channel back up again. I don't know why, because I don't know, honestly, 6 months, I don't know, I just had not a clue what I was doing in terms of videos, because the thing is, I completely had destroyed my YouTube career anyway. Not before it, I mean after deleting all those videos around October 2018, and if you, I don't know, whatever you were doing around October 2018, that doesn't mean, oh, it was such a bad time. For me, it means it was a bad time for everyone else. This was my fault, you know what I mean? This wasn't you guys' fault, you know, you were just watching the videos and, you know what I mean, don't blame yourself for, you know, saying, oh, I should have done more, I should have, I don't know, Skyped him or contacted him on Facebook. I was never on Facebook back then. I'm on Facebook now, but that's mainly for, I don't know, just to talk to friends, and I got a message from my mate Luke a couple of days ago on Monday and I didn't even reply to it. I don't know why. Bastard. Yeah, not him, me. So, if I don't even message my mate Luke, the closest friend I have, God knows what I'm going to be like messaging you guys. Exactly. Normally responds within a year. Yeah. That's what it should be. Oh, leave it. Leave it out. You bugger. Bugger up a stick. You bugger up a stick. Oh no. There we go. Oh, the bloody whatever was slain. The porcini. The porcini. The porcini. I don't know. Oh god. But yeah. Yeah. You know, deleting all those videos back in October. I just wanted to create a new channel, but on this channel, and for about 2 weeks I thought, oh yeah, this is really cool, I'm gonna get quite a lot of attention doing this, because my mates at the time were saying, oh, I've got a job and I'm making this much a day, and I just thought, I don't know, you know when it just gets to your head and it's just like peer pressure. It was, and I've had that before in life. Peer pressure, I know. And you know, it's kind of like a thing where I wanted to make money on YouTube, and I was like, well, this Terraria expert. I don't even know how to say the YouTube name. The Terraria expert thing wasn't making a single pound, so I just thought, well, because YouTube had switched off monetization, I don't know, a year in 2017. I just thought, yeah, I'm gonna create a new channel, but with the subscribers. Yeah, that was it. I wanted to create a new channel on the channel I had, my Terraria expert channel, because I had the subscribers to, it was like a step up in terms of monetization. Like, I'd already passed 4,000. I was at 5,000 at the time. Now I'm at 8,000, 9,000. I don't know, the sub count isn't showing because people think I'm buying bots. Guys, I will turn it back on, but until these idiots stop believing that I'm using, I don't know, whatever, submarine bot or whatever, view count, buying or whatever, I'm gonna end up hiding it because people think I'm, I don't know, illegally buying subscribers. I know, so I've just turned it off because people think and I'm getting I was getting a lot of abuse from people saying, why do you have 14 views and 9,000 subscribers? I just said, well, it's Twitch. I know it doesn't look like it's Twitch, but it's Twitch. I have Twitch, and people watch on Twitch, and then I re-upload it, and people have seen it before, and people don't want to watch it again. And the 14 of probably the people who missed it, bear in mind that's one video. Bear in mind on YouTube, 90, well, I'd say 8 times out of 10, more people are subscribed than watching. So if you've had quite a lot of hits in the past, you're gonna hold on to that sub count. But as you're not creating kind of like I have just those sort of videos anymore that aren't getting as much attention as some of your videos in the past, it starts to look like, well, why have you got about 9,000 and you've got about 100 views on this? You know what I mean? Barely 100 views. And you just have to explain, well, 9,000 was, let's just say, correspondent a couple of years ago when I had the views to reflect on, the subscribers. The two corresponding numbers on YouTube, views and subscribers equals money. Higher it is, higher the money. But more in terms of view sense. Subscribers are just people who are getting that notification, and those subscribers on YouTube don't really mean a lot. It helps establish a channel, but in terms of algorithm sense, subscribers don't really mean a thing. It's just a thing you click and it adds a number. Views, watch time matter more on YouTube in terms of algorithms. Subscribers don't do a whole lot. It just helps establish a channel a little bit better and add more customizable features. But the main key factor of YouTube are watch time and views. And in terms of this channel, I'm not really fussed because I just want to create great videos for you, which it does help. Watch time and views, but not an awful lot because I'm streaming half the time. Things like holiday videos, yeah, it goes up. But in terms of my SL Aviation channel, I have to, I would say, understand this stuff because of, kind of, without being pretentious, I've been doing this for a little while now to kind of understand how YouTube works, and I know what, hits an algorithm statement and what doesn't, in terms of ranking, videos getting ranked and all that. So I kind of understand what needs to be done in order for a video to be successful. But in terms of video itself, yeah, that's utmost my main priority. Video first. Yeah, and views and subscribers and how much, I don't know, digits and all that value the video has in terms of social media presence. Yeah, that's second all the time for me. Video is my utmost urgency, and then second is algorithm and how much the video is viewed on internet presence. So yeah, if you're gonna have that principle when doing YouTube, I think you're gonna end up doing a pretty good job, because most of these YouTubers these days are they've got like a whiteboard, and I mean I've got a whiteboard as well for what videos I'm gonna make, but never how much it's gonna make, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that says it all. Yeah, planning on what the thumbnail will look like before the video's even out, what tags it will have, and stuff like that. Like I bet there's whole meetings, you know what I mean, these top 10 channels like Brightside, about what video will make the most money. Whereas I'm sat here in my little, I don't know, little bedroom just creating videos that people want, you know what I mean. Yeah, me flinging around a bleeding sword. Oh no, I think commentary is I won't say more important than gameplay, but you can definitely make up that boredom. Cobwebs. And did you guys just find the commentary more entertaining than the gameplay now? Because if you do, I might as well turn it off. I just sit here and talk about nothing. Yeah, that's the thing though, I'm not talking about nothing. That's a double negative. I'm not talking about anything. Yeah, deliberately doing it, aren't I, at a moment? Double negatives everywhere. I had to correct some girls today. Some year 10 girl said, you wasn't. You don't say you was, do you? So you wouldn't say you wasn't. She said you wasn't doing nothing to her mate. And I tapped her on the shoulder. Like, I don't think you're really meant to call me a creep, but you're not really meant to do that. I don't mean in terms of, and she wasn't fussed, but I just said, you do realise you can't bloody speak. And she just said, and what? I know, I honestly thought she was going to turn around and smack me, because you shouldn't really do that, in terms of tapping someone on the shoulder. But she was in this line, and she said, oh my god, you wasn't doing nothing. I just tapped her on the shoulder and just said, you bloody can't speak. You need to. And she said, what's it to you? I just said, well, first of all, you was. You might say she was, or I don't know. But you were, you mean. You weren't doing anything. You wasn't doing nothing. You know what I mean? That's like suggests she was. So yeah, that's a problem. But she wasn't doing nothing. That suggests she was doing everything apart from nothing. That's the thing with double negatives. When people say, well, we went out and we didn't do nothing. We didn't do nothing. That suggests you did all but nothing. You know what I mean? So suggests you had a pretty busy day. When you went out, you did everything but nothing. What they actually mean is we didn't do anything, but we didn't do nothing suggests we didn't. It's kind of like someone saying we didn't have no carrots. That suggests you didn't have no. You didn't. So you didn't have no carrots. So you didn't have no carrots. So you had carrots. You just said you didn't have no carrots. But what they mean is we didn't have any carrots. Why carrots? I don't know. Probably because it's getting towards Christmas and thinking about sticking those things in those, what are they flipping called? Two fat things with the snowballs on them. Snowmen. Yeah. Bloody hell, I literally forgotten. Yeah, I wouldn't do that if I were you, yeah. No, I wouldn't stick a carrot in a snowman either. No, yeah, I know what I mean. At least didn't stick the carrot in that year 10 girl, oh god. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, when I'm doing my work experience on Tuesdays, would you believe it? yeah, third lesson. I've told you some silly year 10 girls like gawking at me. Not gawking at me, but they just barking at me. Yeah, she's a bit of a dog. Yeah, she's like I don't know, trying to make small talk with me, and she really fancies me or something. It's just like, listen, I'm trying to be polite, and she's saying, you look like Ben 10. I look like Ben 10, and why do you hate Canadians? Honestly, where this started, I'm just minding my own business. And then out of an orange coloured sky, I'm Zam, snowman. Out of an orange coloured sky. I can't bloody speak, you know. Oh god. Like out of a blue sky, a 777 lands. What am I saying? Oh yeah, saw 757 today. Going over Ellesmere Port, and it was landing from Bristol into Manchester. I just saw it. I was like, it's 757. And then saw the Etihad Dreamliner in the Prix Prox livery. I don't know. I thought it was the Formula 1 livery. And that was pretty interesting. All from coming back from the shop, and then I saw the A350, the Virgin. I saw and then I saw an EasyJet just on finals into Liverpool. Yeah, tell you the skies are a heaven for. We say the skies are the heavens anyway, but in terms of watching aircraft, because it's just like someone said, go out and if you want to see a 757 today, all I need to do is look up and I'll see one. You know what I mean? Or whether my timing's right or not, but I was about to see a what's it called, Airbridge Cargo, whatever it's called, with a 747, but there's too much cloud. And it's funny, this morning I actually woke up at 7:47. So yeah, that's pretty strange, isn't it? Someone was saying that on Big Jet TV as well. He said he had a dream about a UPS A350. I have dreamed about that as well, like a weird livery combination with aircraft. Like I had a dream, I think it was a year ago, and it was like a Thomas Cook 787. But then Tui had ordered something like 5 A380s. I don't know. And then what was it? It was on a couple of months ago, around June or end of May and June. It was like I can't remember, Virgin had bought. No, it wasn't Virgin, not Virgin. Was it Delta? Delta had bought a bunch of back 111s and stuff like that. I know, back 111s, so aircraft before I was even bloody born. Yeah. So pretty stupid. What's back 111? It's 4-engined. No, it's not 4-engined. Back 111. BAC 111. No, it is. It's yeah, it is. It's got 4 engines on the back. Or has it got 2? I don't know. Is that the VC10? I think that's the VC10. Yeah, the Vickers Viscount VC10. And the back 111 was the one with 2 engines on the back and 1 in the middle. Like the 727, I think. I said something stupid the other night. I said, oh yeah, the back 111, it means back 111. So 1 was before the 11. So back 111, but no, BAC back 111. Yeah, I knew that, but I think I was having a funny turn. Yeah. Would the A350 ever be converted into cargo or freight? I don't know. Airbus don't really dominate the cargo market in terms of the A330 and A300. Yeah. I know, is the A330 used as a freighter? I think it is, yeah. And the A300, mainly the A300. And yeah, that's it. But in terms of Boeing, yeah, they dominate the cargo market more than Because if you think about it, most of the cargo airlines are, you know, like FedEx and all that, are American based. So they're going to buy from Boeing. So, yeah. Interesting. UPS or FedEx? I say UPS, yeah, UPS, whatever. I don't know. Probably FedEx. I like their livery better. I do like the UPS livery. And also the UPS drivers, UPS drivers, actually drive with their doors open on the motorway. I'm assuming just for efficiency and stuff like that. They actually drive around with doors open. I'm going to ask one of them one day. Like, I saw a UPS driver today and I was so close to stopping. What an interesting day. Stopping and asking him, like, excuse me, why do the UPS drivers drive around with their doors open? I was so close to asking him, I just thought, no, I'm going to stick him, keep my nose out and focus on walking to the shop. I'm so nosy, I really am. It'd be interesting to Google, but also to get from an actual colleague. Yeah, no, spelled colleague wrong. Yeah. Looks like it says colleague. So, yeah, I will ask. But, yeah. Let me bloody butting in on your spelling. It's none of my bloody business, sorry. Yeah. When's your Heathrow stuff out? Maybe Saturday. I'm just, still editing it with other registrations. I just saw so many British Airways aircraft. I'm getting all confused with EUP-C, EUP-P, EUUD, you know what I mean, or the A319 shuttle stuff. But in terms of us going back down to Heathrow, guys, yeah, it will be around November. Hopefully deliberately for the stream, not for capturing aircraft on the SL Aviation channel, because I know I've got another plane spotting video after my Heathrow stuff from, was it middle of September I recorded it, I can't remember. And then after that I've got, I don't know, well, it'll be around the winter, won't it? I'm hoping to maybe collect a couple more models and have a couple more model videos out. But yeah, very interesting. William says, I saw your Skymarks Aer Lingus. The music was amazing. Oh, did you like the music? That was on the Arcadia Fox. No, it wasn't. It was... I can't remember. Can't remember the music I use in my videos. Is that an artist called Feint or Fent? Feint? I don't know. Feint, yeah, Feint, I don't know. And yeah, his music's alright. Just a bit dubsteppy and liquid bass. I don't really like that sort of stuff, but that song kind of fitted the whole. It was kind of like some like some riff, and it was kind of like, oh yeah, sounds like Irish. It sounds Irish. Mr. McLaughlin be watching at me. Business studies. I talk about all these teachers, and you have not a clue who they are. You know what I mean? I just realised that. You know, like you guys probably live anywhere. Australia. I'm talking about this one single guy who teaches me business studies about 6 times a week, to be fair, but it's better than not saying anything and just caving in on me school life, if you know what I mean. And just being like, oh yeah, my self-importance, yeah, I go to school, but because I like to kind of not be relatable as such, but kind of share the same happiness and enjoyment as you guys get out of school as much as I do. It's good because it's kind of like a trait and an interest. I'm not going to school, but doing these roles and like prefecting and yeah, it is interesting. Anyway, yeah, it was year 10 that said she keeps calling me Ben 10, so I just turned around and said, you're a bit old for that, aren't you? Then she said, you are. I said, it's more like Ben 14. You get it, because she's year 10. Ben 10, I'm year 14. So I just said, more like Ben 14. She just laughed. So, whether, I don't know. She's gawking at me, and I'm like, I've got to work near where she's right at the back of the class. And I called her a bugger up a stick the other day. I think I should have said that, because she said, you called me a stick? You called me a stick? I just said to the teacher, miss, these ones at the back are impossible. And then I continued doing my work. I'm organising all these bloody folders. There's work everywhere. I'm in the right bloody state. And this one's asking me questions about, can you drop art? I was like, well, no, I don't know, because I've never dropped a subject before. I'm assuming, yeah, it's gonna take a little while, because you're ahead a year. Probably won't be very happy with you dropping out of art. I am. It's like old father time speaking. It's funny. The oldest one in the bloody year in the school, and it's just like funny. And she said, why do you hate Canadians? And all her mates were around me. Talk about female attention, eh, guys? But it's not funny when it's you. Yeah, no, it isn't. I'm serious. It's not funny when it's you, and they're all saying, why do you hate Canadians? It's just like, well, you're destroying my reputation here. So I just said, you haven't given me time to come up with an answer or even craft a response. I know, that's something from another world. And she just said, oh, sorry. Whoever around me like flies around cow muck. Me not being cow muck, them being cow muck, and me being the fly. More like. Oh no. I hope it doesn't look like what it looks like though, but yeah. Like flies around cow muck. Oh. But yeah. Well, hating Canadians, I don't know. She just said, do you watch TikTok? This Canadian thing. And I said, no, I don't watch bloody TikTok. I've got more important things to be doing. And she said, well, you hate Canadians. And I was like, well, hang on. Hating it, bloody, that's all it is. A silly social media platform that probably goes against a load of restrictions and laws and, you know, child safety, privacy, online data breach. You know, it probably goes against all those, you know, laws and, you know, stuff, and it gets away with it. It links to me hating Canadians. I'm sorry, she has very little education on how the world works. So, but call it sweet in a way, not really, because to anyone else it looks like that, but to me it's not, because I'm having to constantly speak to the teacher and ask, where do you want these folders? And this one's asking me silly questions about Canadians and all that. Like, yeah, sure, it's funny and I don't mind speaking if it's intelligent or something about the year, or what do you do in sixth form? That was a question she asked. I was more than happy to ask, but yeah. But in terms of silly questions, I have no time for it. I don't. So I just come up with the sharpest response I can come up with, like, I don't know. You need establish what you mean. And it's just like, what's that mean? It sends her head into bloody orbit. Yeah, establish what you mean. Establish your meaning, young lady. Yeah, but I told her I suggest her keep doing her work the other day, and she wasn't happy with that because she was getting told, and all her mates were laughing at her, saying, "Oh, you've been told by a sixth former," and she said, "Oh, the muppet," and I was like, "You don't call me a muppet. You need to have respect." And she said, "I do have respect," and I said, "Well, you clearly don't." Yeah. But now, in terms of the management of speaking and talking to younger years, when it's getting a bit, I don't know, argumentative, I wouldn't say the right one for it, but I was a prefect last year, and if you didn't know, and I told you all these bloody stories, guys, about me doing my prefecting, and it's interesting because I learned so much. I know it was for half an hour every Thursday, but I learnt so much in terms of it's a great life skill, honestly, learning how to manage people. But I tell you, I don't know it all, and I'm still learning, and that's the fun of it. I don't know everything, and I still count myself as yeah, obviously still in education, but willing to take on new skills. Yeah, I'm gonna ask for another prefecting job, like 2 prefecting jobs in a week. I'll be in dire straits, so I'll be like, F off. Oh no, I didn't mean to say that. Oh no, they grabbed me at the building. Ah, leave me alone. I didn't mean to say that, Willie. Oh, Willie's here. Willie wink wonk. Oh, go away. Oh my god. We didn't do much in this video, did we? Well, what was the point? We need to come up with a Duke fish roll. Maybe the next video I might craft some solar stuff for the moon. So the Moon Lord. No, that's not gonna happen yet. Pigron, Duke Fishron, Pigron. And yeah, when will Survival Line be out? Maybe at 1 this morning. I've done the voiceover. I've edited. I don't want to give out any spoilers. I've edited a video, and it'll be out maybe either 1 this morning or first thing tomorrow. Okay. But that video will come out before this one. Just out of courtesy of being fair, and you know, I did record that video on Sunday, sorry. Did a bit more on Monday. That's it with Survival Line now. When I create a big video, I can't create it all in one night. I have to record one part of a video and then I forget what I'm doing. So I have to sleep halfway through the video to remember what I'm doing. It's like just to look at my books and my notes or whatever I've got planned for the video. And I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. Because I haven't built what's needed to transport me. So I start recording the main bit of a video, if you like, on the island, but then I record different sections on different days in terms of so the video is already been recorded, but I'm recording different parts of the video. That could be the start of a video, a retake, a shoot in terms of voiceover, footage for an aircraft taking off. There we go. I was planning, but let's just say Survival Island on this version is going to be a little while because I don't know, it just doesn't look the same. Let's just say I think we all know that this version doesn't look as good as the other one. So yeah, it's going to be a little while. And just to have fish in the game as well. That's what it was all about, this version. Just to have fish in the game. Drinking the bloody Lucasade. Is that the lavas, the Lucasade? What was I going to say as well? Forgotten. Yeah, on the aircraft tag website, you know what I was talking about in terms of collecting skins of aircraft bodies. But basically what we do, we take out a bit of a tail. There you go. And then they give it to you, if you know what I mean. And yeah, I was actually building this while my eyes were flooding with tears back in April, just after my granddad died. I built this Dreamliner 10 while coming to the realisation that my granddad had passed away. I know, it's amazing that. I remember building all these sections and crying. I know, I shouldn't really add that in the video, but yeah. So the Dreamliner, because apparently the Dreamliner -10 actually isn't built in Everett, it's built somewhere else. Because Boeing's management is in what? Is it in? I think it's in New York. No, it's not. That's where the bankers were. I think it's in Boeing is in Boston or Washington. No, Washington. It's in Washington. And where Boeing builds the massive factories, obviously in Seattle, Everett. But we have another factory in Carolina or South Carolina, I don't know. That actually is specially being built to develop the 787-10 project. So they don't build the 787-10 in Seattle. They build it in the South Carolina factory. But if you're telling me when these companies have different, their managements in Washington, whatnot, I don't know, the main factories in Seattle, all these different parts of the country, there's a lack of communication. And I know, going off topic a bit here, that's what happened with Bethesda in terms of Fallout 76. They had their Bethesda game studios in Rockville, Maryland. Todd's there and all that. And then they've got another one in they had one in Texas, and then they had another studio with the online dev somewhere else, and it's like you've got all these studios, guys, but it is all about where the management is based, and how really good businesses, the management shouldn't be hidden away in some executive, 10-story building, in the middle of New York, away from a factory. Really, the management should slap bang a desk right in the middle of a factory, so all the decisions are made there and then, if you know what I mean. All the executions can be left on the side, and you know what I mean. So yeah, there is a lack of communication in business these days, in terms of building an aircraft, and the management being somewhere else, and then another factory being somewhere else. There is, I know you probably think, but the internet. No, there's still a lack of communication, and I've seen this now with, Bethesda Game Studios, Boeing. I don't know how Airbus manage, because they've got factories everywhere, but I think wherever all their aircrafts come together, that's the thing with Airbus. All the components are built elsewhere, but where Airbus assemble the aircraft is in Toulouse, France. That's where all the fuselage sections, the tail, the nose, the wings, all get assembled, and the management, I'm assuming, is there as well. So, you know what I mean? You need the management in the same building as where you're building, if you know what I mean. Because there is a lack of communication. But the thing is, with Airbus, it's a bit different because they manufacture the different parts. But no, with the A380, the Germans apparently used one type of software, and the French used another type of software, and the cabling was too short because the French and the German softwares used different measures in terms of inches and all that. So the cabling was about 9 inches shorter than it should have been. Using the different softwares, there was a lack of communication because the French used the established software, but the Germans used another type of software. So the A380, I think it was the A380, it was delayed because of the cables on the wings, fly-by-wire, I'm assuming, was too short. So no matter, you could have the most flexible or well organised, and Airbus is quite well organised compared to Boeing these days in terms of, planning things out and getting it right. But like Boeing now are more like a response company. They're like, Airbus used to be like that, with the whole A380 project, and then the A350. That was more like a response to the 777 and the A380, 787. The Neos, you know what I mean? That's using their brains and looking at the future and the most, least cost-effective way to train pilots on new aircrafts that are the same but not necessarily, well, yeah, new aircrafts but new engines and without any required training. And Boeing just looked at that, and that was a 737 Max. Might as well be record respondents. You know what I mean? It might as well be record respondents. The 787 Max. And yeah, they've rushed it. So yeah, it's kind of like a typo, but making an airplane, if you can believe it. You don't rush. You can rush anything in this world, but you don't rush airplanes. Yeah. But no, yeah, pretty interesting. You should work in aerospace. You have a good design idea. It's not really a design. It's more like well, I've done business studies. I can understand good management and bad management. But no, in terms of new models, someone's just said, hopefully I don't really want to cave in on the 767 because I like the 767, but maybe American Airlines 787-8 because I like it. Here he is, my FedEx 75. Yep. I'm so sick of seeing. Yeah, let's just say Survival Island isn't, yeah, helping me like building 757s at the moment. Yeah, this is a freight, and the wing is. I haven't put this wing wrong, haven't I? Have I? It's be like that, isn't it? I don't know. I think it's more like that. Oh, it looks weird. Yeah, I'm building planes with you guys. Yeah, this is my 757 FedEx Express. So it's Federal Express. I know, because FedEx is Federal Express. That's what they used to be called. It's actually funny because when you actually not order, but it still says Federal Express. It doesn't establish it as FedEx. It just says Federal Express. So that's just a logo change. But people, you know, when the logo speaks louder than a company's name, like what do we say? I don't know, think of a good one here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. How people can easily establish a company by its logo. But one that's harder, for example, like I don't know, like a company logo that doesn't really correspond with the company's name. I don't really know. Well, I don't know. Yamaha's a bit weird. When people look at the Yamaha logo, they know it's Yamaha, but you wouldn't know it was Yamaha if it didn't say Yamaha, if you know what I mean. But people would know Apple because it has an apple on it. Yeah. Trying to think as well. Someone says Mothercare. Mothercare. Bloody Mothercare. No, I'm thinking about bloody Mothercare. Oh god. What did I see the other day? I saw a Yamaha boat. I know. So they make guitars, pianos, motorbikes and boats. I know. That company is a very flexible one. I've actually used a Yamaha guitar and it was beautiful in somewhere in my area called Apollo Music. Yeah, a brilliant craftsman. Yeah, funny. Yeah. No, I do actually play a bit of guitar. Not obsessively, but I do little riffs every now and again from something I've heard, or I don't know, something from Doom. I do. I learned to do the Doom Eternal menu song, you know, that was it? Yeah. I did that on the guitar the other night and I learned how to do it. Just going up and down on the strings, but it's a bass guitar, so it's only got 4 strings. but it's an interesting one because it hasn't got a head. It automatically tunes itself by the bottom using batteries. It's really clever. It's kind of like this piano black material, but it hasn't got a head. It's a guitar. It's a bass guitar without a head, if you know what I mean. It's really strange. But yeah, it's a really nice guitar. But it kind of buzzes around like the middle section when you're doing like an E or an A, you know. It's kind of, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, here's my prototype plane. When will you end? I don't know. Soon is a familiar sight. TUI. I think Airliners Live got a good shot of them going up. Yeah, TUI 767 GBYH. Yeah, I got it wrong. The engines were actually the General Electric CF6. I thought it was the Pratt & Whitney JT9D or whatever. Yeah. JT9D, is that it? Yeah. Didn't say like the J58 or anything like that. The ones that powered with the SR71. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The aircraft model, aircraft skin, aircraft tag company. Yeah, we've got an SR71 skin. I've told you. Yeah, and it'll be out soon. God, Jesus Christ. Here's the A350. It's actually quite hard, the A350, to get the nose right, because the A350, it's kind of got like a long kind of like vertical forehead, but then the nose is I wouldn't say similar to the Dreamliner, but kind of, it's quite thin around the nose bit, and then it kind of goes wide. But the tail section on the A350, yeah, it's quite thin. But I haven't really done that here. But yeah, it's quite tall as well, the A350. It's not like the Dreamliner where it's like the Dreamliner. It's got like, I don't know if that's to accommodate those batteries, but it's kind of got like a bulky belly. As it looks like it's pregnant or something. Like you know, one of those dogs that are really low to the ground. Yeah, it's got the little legs. Not a poodle. Is it a poodle? I think it might be a poodle. Yeah, no, not a poodle. Yeah, and the dogs are really low to the ground. Is it like a Sally dog or something? I don't know. Yeah, that's like the Dreamliner. It's like really low to the ground. It looks like it's bloody sucked on candy as well. It's like it's not a very nice look for an aeroplane, but I prefer the back of a Dreamliner compared to the front of a Dreamliner. I don't know why. I just don't like the look of a Dreamliner. I'm not awfully fussed on the Dreamliner. I think from an economics point of view, it's useful. Goes without saying, but it is yeah, it's not as a nice looking aircraft as the A350. That's just my opinion. There's the A380. Yeah. As actually not hard to build. I know something on this scale in Minecraft. I don't remember having a massive issue with it. The biggest issue I've had with building aircrafts in Minecraft, I don't really know. Probably I don't know. I don't know what aircraft's really hard to build in Minecraft. You should build military. Antonov 225. Yeah. 747's not really hard to build. You just need to know the 747 because the upper deck is thinner than the less wide than the upper deck on the 747 is basically like I don't know, the same width as a 727. So yeah. Yeah. But the A380 to accommodate as many, because it's about two seats short at the top and the bottom. The A380, and they call it the ovoid shape. Yeah. There we go. Here's the cross section. So the cross section of aircraft is normally a circle, but the A380 is an ovoid. Yeah. A bit like those tags. Here's the A340. not really a hard plane to build either. Yeah, I don't know what the hardest plane to build is. Maybe the A330. I don't know why, but I had a little bit of an issue building the A330 in terms of the wing and in terms of how it looks. Yeah, it's probably the one model I think I've got absolutely perfect in terms of how it looks and the wing. But no, A330 probably the hardest plane to build. I don't know why. It's just probably because it's quite a in terms of like Minecraft, it's quite I wouldn't say a small aircraft, but it's a small aircraft in comparison to, you know, the 747. Trying to get all the details on the A330, because the A330 is a very detailed aircraft. It actually is. All aircrafts are very well detailed, but especially on SL Aviation. It's got a lot of characteristics. The A330. It's kind of got like a smaller landing gear, a smaller nose wheel, so it kind of has a weird like it taxis at like a -5 degree kind of altitude, and the wing is quite unique on the A330. It's quite high up, if you know what I mean. Yeah, quite high. But the main issue, oh my god, is the trunk's not loading. Maybe the end, one of the tail, no. The nose section maybe, because the nose section of the A330 is quite weird. It's kind of like what's it called, like a cup, like, you know, the sphere, like the curvature of a cup, and it straightens out, and it kind of goes up a little bit more, if you know what I mean, like a bowl. So like think of a curvature of a bowl that kind of goes from the top to the rim of a bowl, and then it kind of goes up a little bit more, the A330, but then it's got like a really the windows, the cockpit windows are pretty easy, but then the forehead section, I don't know if that's what you call it. Yeah, the forehead section above the cockpit is looks quite stretched, and it's small, so yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, there's the DC-10. Yeah, apparently the General Electric CF6 actually powered the DC-10. I never knew that. I think it did, but I only found it out recently. I thought they might have used the Pratt & Whitney or something. Here's the Dreamliner. Again, I've never been on a Dreamliner, so I don't know. But a lot of people in my streams at the moment have been on a Dreamliner, so yeah, interesting. 2E Premium Economy. Smart24 says, I think I may have, not sure. Oh, you don't know if you've been on a Dreamliner. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Like, aircrafts, and this is coming from me as well, and I'm nothing special. Before I even say this, they are, looking back, let's just say, to my Uncle Dave's old photos, which will be on my can I just say, on my SL Aviation channel soon, sorry, on my SL Photography, bloody hell, SL needs to end, there's going to be some old retro, and I mean old, not black and white, but 80s style, well, yeah, from the 80s, old, if you will, retro aviation pictures on my aviation slide on my SL Aviation channel, SL Photography channel, and they were taken by my Uncle Dave, who had a Praktica camera back in the early 1984, and they'll be on my SL Aviation, SL Photography. Every time I get it wrong, SL Photography soon, yeah, look forward, because I've got over I've made about 50 slide scans so far on the printer, because they're like physical photos on paper, obviously laminated at the front, glossy, printed, developed is the photographic phrase. It's a developed photo, and I'm turning it into a digital photo by scanning it in the printer, and I've got over 200 more to do, so expect a lot of... Well, I might just put it in a section of my aviation slide that links to a new page on my SL photography website. That's kind of like an aviation slide, and you click on it and it goes to a special aviation page dedicated to my aviation photography. Like, I've got Instagram to for the feed in terms of what the aircraft is and when I took it, but my SL photography website, I can't accommodate all that text and data on all my photos, simply because Wix can't handle a load of text boxes, text fonts. I think there is a way to do it, but I think it would take me a little while. I've got over 1,000 aviation photos on my aviation slide on my SL photography. So yeah, instead I'm going to upload all my aviation photos to Instagram. Because not one, it's branching out, but two, it's a form of my photography, but with a reason, if you know what I mean. There's too many photographers on Instagram, so I want to try and be a photographer that is doing photography. But one section of his photography that he's most dedicated about, I would say at the moment, is aviation. Look at me trying to do an aileron here. They're going to be a bit bigger. Ailerons. That looks alright, doesn't it? That looks a bit... No, that looks alright for the A380. There we are, we've got an aileron check here. Yeah, look at that, looks awesome, doesn't it? Yeah. I just love size and scale. Never on the other wing would go down. Or it would depend though, because sometimes they put both ailerons up when they're activating the speed brakes. So yeah, pretty interesting. Here we go. Yeah, not a hard aircraft to build, the A380. I mean, yeah, it is if you haven't got bloody structure blocks. I was telling this to my dad and he actually got it. I had to, what do you call it? Yeah, copy and paste. But you can only copy and paste in Minecraft 64 by 64 by 60, you know, three dimensions. And from nose to tail is 64 blocks, less than 64 blocks long. But latitude here, the cross section from wing tip to wing tip is about 145 blocks wide, and it's only limited to 64 blocks copy and paste. So I had to copy the fuselage and this wing, copy and paste it over to my Terminal 2. Screen recording, what? Couldn't that be reverted? Eh? Oh, I don't know, just silly things coming up. I had to copy that wing, or this wing, sorry, the remaining wing that I'd left, and a copy and paste. Obviously this was still here, it was just in format, if you know what I mean. This section was just in format, so I had to format that wing, just copy and paste that wing, and literally do what Airbus do, because I only had, let's just say, this section of the aircraft, so this section of the aircraft, and I had to paste it perfectly in place, so yeah, so it lined up the same as... I laugh, I'd got it wrong. Oh, have I? Oh shit, have I actually got it wrong? I did this about 4 months ago. No. Have I? Have I got my A380 a little bit wrong, guys? I have. It's the belly bit. The belly bit's a little... Yeah, that's better now. Sorry. It's just the belly bit, sorry. But that will be the same on my British Airways one all the way down there, because I copy and pasted it. You just gotta make sure you're doing it right. But yeah. Yeah. Looks stupid, but it's not an easy thing to build the A380 in Minecraft with its size and scale it is. But I built the width and the length of it as big as I thought it would be. I didn't do any calculations either. I just think it will be that big, and it turns out to look alright. But it is a huge aircraft, you know. Comparisons with chickens. You know what I mean? It is absolutely massive. It's funny because my sister hasn't played Minecraft, I think, in a while, let alone in my world, so I'd be interested to see what she makes of this. Yeah. It's giant on a huge... Look at that, as a pilot, we've got a creeper. He's just gone out of a flight deck. Yeah. Captain Creeper, here we go. Yeah. This is inside. Hoping to interiorate it soon. Some of the Emirates livery. But the thing is with the A380, bloody hell. This section of the A380, the reason why there aren't windows here of the A380 is because, first of all, the cockpit and the wires and fly-by wires run through this section. But also, there's actually a shower and a personal bathroom in the upper forehead of the A380, if you didn't know. So, yeah. Very interesting. But it is a massive aircraft. It is hard to build, but I managed. Now I've got this ditchy little 767 over here. Yeah. Not a very hard plane to build either. Doing reverse. I could use cobwebs for like the effect of reverse thrusting, couldn't I? Yeah. This is a bit of an idea. So it was a wet runway. You could use cobwebs to simulate the reverse mechanism of spray. So like that. Yeah. Interesting. Your planes are so cool and true to life. I wouldn't say true to life. I built this model of a 767 back in 2014, and it, looking now, it doesn't really look like a 767. I mean, it does a little bit, but more looks like a 767-200, not a 300, and this is a 300. KER, so it's an extra range. Yeah, but inside, Alpha Tango Charlie Alpha. Yeah, that's actually a N1373A. I bet the guys at Atlas or Amazon have not a clue. But we don't even know me for a start. But the aircraft has such a, yeah. Look at this. 767. I've changed all my cockpits to wood as well, just because better detail. What do we make? Dattle. That's the Americans. Some of the Americans say. Show inside the Dreamliner. I was literally going to. Here's a 7.5. Quite hard, but yeah, quite hard aircraft to build as well, because it's so high up. Also the wing is quite yeah, high, but yeah, flamingo legs, sorry. Yeah, I think I got my nose too pointy for a 7.5. I know it works. 7.3. Yeah, I did alright with a 7.3, didn't I? Yeah, it looks alright for a 737. See, it's such a popular aircraft, you can't fail to get it wrong with 737, so I've took what I know, and that's meant to be a 300. An 800 A3. Yeah, I've got my A330s alright. Another 7.5. And then we go to the 7.4. And then the Dreamliner -10. Yeah. This one's an interesting one. Modern cockpit, got all the displays. Yeah. You get the message, but it's Etihad Airways. Hook up. Is it first? Economy. Should really say, shouldn't it? Doing all this during lockdown. Lockdown. Really, it should say first class here. Because you won't know what class you're in until you go like this. Ah, this is first class. What, this one? No, this. That's going into economy. First class, sweet. Whenever I do first class, I try and place the windows further back. And then economy, the windows are in parallel to where you're sitting. So there's the Dreamliner Flex. Wing. Yeah. But overall, the Dreamliner is not a very hard airplane to build. Obviously, with the Etihad logo, it's a little bit complex. With the whole Etihad scheme and livery, I had to use what block is this? White terracotta, which wasn't a yeah. It isn't really a very good resemblance of the Etihad livery, but Etihad's kind of like a weird, like, faded sandy colour. It's really weird, the Etihad livery. A bit like Saudi's livery. It's a weird, like, yellow, faded yellow, and that's I didn't really want to, because it ended up looking like Scoot otherwise if I made it out of the yellow terracotta. But this is a -7. I know. A Bombardier -7. It was originally a -8, but -8s are lower to the ground, as you can see. Yeah. In terms of the 747, yeah, that was the most interesting plane to build. On a scale, and also, yeah, just a beautiful airplane. Yeah, very sad that yeah, they were saying they were going to take off in parallel with each other on the 2 runways at Heathrow, but we didn't do that. I don't know why. It might have been because of the fog or too busy traffic. I can't imagine, but maybe. And then we went right after each other. As one rotated, the other one went. A little bit disappointed though, in terms of the BBC and you know, the general press, and the media not doing it live like Big Jet TV. You know, it really does make a difference in this industry in terms of capturing and, you know, special occasions. And yeah, I am a little bit disappointed in terms of, you know, the general media, how they, I know not everyone's it, but you know, they're quite happy to stream the British Bake Off, which is a bunch of bloody nobodies, you know what I mean? You could say that about a 747, no, it's nothing, it's just a heap of metal. But how much it's served compared to, you know what I mean, the dickhead who fancies, I don't know, girls that are about 30 years younger than him, you know what I mean? It is you know, it's better to be proud of a flying machine and a person in some ways. It's weird, I know, but you know, a lot of people these days do like weird things, but you know, like they have emotional attachments to characters that don't exist, like anime and a video game character. Like, yeah, that's weird. That's the definition of weird. But being I wouldn't say emotionally attached, because I'm not really emotionally attached to any aircraft, but I have feelings about them, and I feel like they resemble a certain personality of 6 years of enjoying aviation. Yeah, it's kind of they do resemble either the quality of a person or, I don't know, just itself. It kind of, yeah, but I don't get emotionally attached to it. But yeah, it does speak, and it, you know, it is a real thing compared to a video game character. It exists in the real world, and yeah, I suppose that's a point as well. But yeah, flying machines are wonderful things, and probably until we're flying around on drones. I think we should appreciate aircrafts. Yeah. I suggest we're not going to be around for many. Just all these, concepts like, people say, no, we're going to be on Mars by 2024. Like that's the sort of industry that will kill aviation because of these young engineers that think they're on top of the world with their silly little technology gadgets, and they think we know it all, but in terms of redundancy and safety, we don't really think about that. We just think about, Mr. Musk's right and all that. It's pathetic. We need proper, the reason why the aircrafts like the 7.5, the 7.6 and the 7.4 have lasted so long is because the people that made them, you can't create a good aeroplane or anything, a car, a good product just by a soulless machine doing all the work for you. It's people using their brains and working hard and collaborating that make a good product. It's not relying on AI, it's people, personalities, and using their brains and searching, doing the research. So that's just my opinion. If you saw the level of safety that goes into aviation and every other industry, like that same principle, you would see a lot less collisions and incidents. But what I've heard police say, there's no need to have multiple levels of redundancy in terms of something failing, because charging a customer for something that isn't at their fault, it is key in business these days. I mean, just look at Apple. They charge me for the battery issue, and there's no warning. There's no thing that comes with the computer that says, oh, don't leave your battery, your AC power adapter plugged in all the time. You only meant to find that out, I'm assuming, when you've got a battery issue. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Don't leave your computer plugged in all the time, or you have the issue of trying to search for about £200. But no, he won't say that in the manual, or if it even comes with a bloody manual. Because they want people to break it. They're like making it to break it, if you know what I mean. So the users have to, and they give them about 2 years warranty and all that. That's just not good enough, is it? It is greed at its greatest. Yeah. On a fair scheme of things, money matters, but how else would they do it? Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they really need to make money, I suggest they build a better product, but they can't, because they probably think, the only way to... It is, they are putting that, aren't they? No matter what you think or what your political views are, businesses do that these days. They're putting, no matter the age or the scale of a business, they are putting profit ahead of safety and the quality of a product. It is that I don't know if that's because like a generation thing. Screw the kids from the 90s, but bloody Nokia bricks. But no, it is. It's like a sickness of putting, shoving safety or the quality of a product behind how much it makes, or its deadline, or Apple have to release a phone every year. Like they don't have to, but they choose to. And maybe if they'd, and this is my opinion, spent maybe 3 years of not making a phone and researching 3 years in development, maybe they would come up with something a little bit more revolutionary even. Just the same dog washed, if you will. That is awesome. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. But you spend a little more time in the product and development than just come out with a new phone and just it's the same thing, but it's just got a different lens or a different different material on the back for the user to break it more easily. Yeah. But we're constantly in competition. I mean, the tech industry is something that is never gonna focus heavily on just creating a good product. It's gonna be always just modifying a simple design principle and just modifying it over and over and over again, and different versions of that coming out every year. And when they do create a new, body of something, like a new mouse or set of headphones or phone, a completely different overhaul of phone, I've got problems with it because we haven't had the time to research it properly and thinning the chassis on a computer. It's in higher risk of overheating because you're cramming powerful processors that heat up to 100 Celsius in a 2 or 1.5 centimeter chassis case. It's like, well, do you even have qualified scientists working for your company? It makes you question. And my dad today was speaking to and I know this is going to sound awful, but he was speaking to a senior Apple engineer, and I just said to him, a senior Apple engineer, like, would you believe it? This is the company that has adverts going with bloody Billie Eilish, dancing around and supporting all this. The company that made the Memoji, and a senior engineer as well. I don't know if that's just me or it's because I like airplanes and it's such a serious business to be in terms of looking at things and acknowledging safety and what engineering decisions made for engineering reasoning. But it's like, well, a senior engineer, they might as well just call them a senior, I don't know, salesman. Because every senior Apple engineer seems like a senior salesman to me in terms of if you make this product and use this material, it'll break more easily. The whole reason of adding a glass back was probably, it doesn't thin the phone, it increases it, but also it's a delicate material, glass, and it breaks more easily. But I don't know why they went to a glass back on the phones. Stylish reasons, I don't know. I thought a phone was meant to do more than just look pretty. Look at the Samsungs, they don't look the best, but they do more than an iPhone for sure. And I suppose that's the right approach. If you're going to make electronics into jewellery, yeah, call it Apple. But I have not a serious problem with Apple. I don't really hate them, but they're they make good electronics, don't get me wrong, but the whole business approach to things, and I think has I wouldn't say it's bad because it probably suits them, and it probably suits Wall Street and all them, and money coming in is the main reason why they're creating electronics. But if you can see that as well in terms of adverts, that Google, Samsung, they're kind of looking up to Apple, and I suppose there's nothing wrong with developing your own style, but when you're setting a bad example in terms of other industries following your philosophy, you're going to see more and more businesses following their philosophy, and then it's going to become like a sickness. But like the coronavirus, really. In terms of, oh yeah, catching, this understanding of, to create a product you need to make it as delicate as possible, you know what I mean? I suppose that's an over exaggeration, and it is, but I just worry about the future really, and the quality of products, and if it's really worth the price they claim, and how much research actually been done in a tiny electronic as well. It's not hard, but yeah, I don't know, I can't speak, I don't work for Apple, so and I'm sure someone will correct me, like, oh, my dad's an Apple engineer, he says he said you know nothing. Well, that says it all, doesn't it? So tell him, oh yeah, send my condolences. Oh dear. Aerospace is a much more senior industry to be in. Yeah, it is Wii gaming. Not because it's better, just because it's completely different. It's people's, if you look at it, a phone's a phone. It does what a phone does. It's got apps, downloads things, executes commands quickly for the user, user's need. But an airplane, it's got about 200 people's lives at its stake, you know what I mean, and it needs to be certified before it leaves the gate 1,000 times. So some sort of a level of redundancy and safety is the main I hope it is the still main priority for. I'm mainly looking at Boeing here. If you I don't expect them to do that with like any other industry, to be fair, because it wouldn't be right, would it? Like, I don't know, a game, I've got to test it 1,000, and they probably do for crashes, but different industries develop their own, standards, and yeah, that's the interesting thing about being in business, I suppose. But the airplane industry is like no other, because it requires so much attention in terms of safety and people's lives in a metal tube with wings on it. If you think about it, like, the Wright brothers were really bloody maniacs. If you think about it, like, we've got things fly at 1,000, well, right now probably about 50,000 things with that are metal tubes that have metal wings, that have engines that spin. If you think about it, like, anything could go wrong, but it is, I swear, in about 1,000 years, when they look back and they've got spaceships and flying cars and all that, they'll look back at us and they'll probably think, oh god, they thought anything was possible then. They probably will. But, yeah. I was talking about Area 51. You wouldn't know because the videos are not out yet, my Survival Line video. And the whole thing about Area 51, and ever since Area 51 was kind of established and, that spaceship crashed. I say the space, we don't even know, but the whole rumour of Area 51 and the airport, I don't know what the airport's called, something, Moam Airport, yeah, it was in the 60s, and I'm assuming that's when Area 51's controversy was developed, around the 60s. But if you think, ever after the 60s, before the 60s, like the 50s and all that, like, ever since the 60s, things started getting a lot more technologically advanced. Like, if you notice, like, before the 60s, things were kind of clunky and slow. I know the jet age was before then, but, like, electronics was slow. But ever after the 60s, the first man, during the 60s, first man on the moon, if you believe that, the concept of, fuel efficient, computers, you know what I mean, ever after the the 50s, like, do you reckon a bit of reverse engineering has been used in terms of, like, extraterrestrial beings, and they've been dissected, and they've used reversed engineering or reversed biology, whatever you want to call it, to kind of look at how things are made to kind of create the electronics that are in our back pockets today. Like, you never know. But it's interesting because it could be true, or the whole Area 51 thing could just be another Lockheed Skunk Works thing. You never know. Now, we didn't know the SR-71 was built about 10 years later, after it first flew, so yeah. But this has been 50 years, so God knows. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. Survival should be out before this, so yeah. That is very true about Area 51. People will still storm it, though. Yeah, I know. People do that because they're interested, but if you try and trespass Area 51, you just get shot. So there's no point. The only way you could really know is if you use some sort of like radar or see, you know, like a helicopter, like see-through things, or worked in Area 51 and was someone to come back and report something and say, oh. But other people that work at Boeing, what did someone say? Was it clowns overseen by monkeys, managed by monkeys? That's not true. But I do believe some of that. And looking at the Macs, well, like the macaques. 737 macaques made by macaques. Got it out first. Right, see you later. I've enjoyed. So 2 gaming videos will be out tomorrow. I know that's kind of crazy, but you all know this has been streamed. See you later. Everyone's saying goodbye to each other. Oh, well, I've never looked at the end of a stream before. See you later. I've enjoyed. See you in Survival Land. Yeah, it's already been made. So what am I saying? See you when it's out on YouTube. Bye.